to Mildenhall and Districts. So thanks for joining me. So let me just check that. See, make sure that is all working. So just give me a few seconds. I'm just going to sort myself out as per usual, but welcome to the stream. So bear with me one moment. Here we go. Right. So good evening, everybody, and a very warm welcome to Sunday Night Live. And hello, John from Piccadilly. Welcome to the stream, and it's nice to see you. And Gordon, you're right. Yes. Okay. Nice to see you, Gordon. Bear with me one moment. I'm just trying to see if this is coming up on my big screen. Nigel Weir, thank you for joining. Come on, come on. Wait for my TV. Oh, here we go. Sunday night at the Palladium. Yeah, if only it was that fancy, John. So, Gordon McElroy, welcome to the stream. And I believe it was you I met yesterday. And if it was a great pleasure to meet you. And so I really enjoyed meeting you. So today, I've got a lot to talk about today. There's a lot to talk to you about today. So I thought I'd do this video. And I've got a selection of bits. Well, I'll say bits. It's quite a big pile here to talk to you about. But I just wanted to say it's nice to see you all. And thank you for joining tonight. And hopefully it will just bring a bit of entertainment to your Sunday night. So, Erin Masil, hello, welcome to the stream. And like I said, today is all about just all this various. Where did you get the mobile crane thing? Nigel, please enlighten me. Yes, it was. Yeah. Well, there you go. Well, John, I did pass on your message to John. So, so he is in the chat. So yeah, it was lovely meeting you. It was lovely chatting to you. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. And yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. I had a good time. The crane, the one with the 4 wheels. Ah, right. Would that be the straddler by any chance? I wonder if that's what you're asking me about. It's not on view, I'm assuming, because I don't see anything in my background. Paul Day, welcome to the stream, and yes, I believe. Bear with me a minute. Let me see. Now. Right. So we're talking about this, Nigel. So this is a scratch build. This is not by me. I scratch build many things, but this isn't one by one that I did. I can't take credit for this one. It is a beauty. And it actually has a little working beacon on the top, because what happens is you put the battery pack. There's a battery pack inside the container, and then you can basically switch it on and off. So that's how that works. Like I said, it was a scratch build from a good friend of mine called Michael Lawrence. And he did that for me some time ago on my layout. I'm very lucky that he did that for me. He'd done many other things as well. Joker Trem, Port City from Portugal. Well, welcome. Welcome, Joker. And Paul Higgins, welcome to the stream. And so yeah, that's that. I love that because it brings. Yeah, I think, like I said, I think those things are really. I've never seen anybody actually produce them, which kind of begs the question as to why nobody has. Whether Hornby or Batman or somebody could produce something like that, which would be quite. A lot of modelers, I'm sure, would appreciate that, but nobody seems to have really gone and done that. So yes. I've got so much to show you, I really have. So we'll have to sort of wind back the clock a few weeks, because basically that's when it kind of all started, really. So there was a reason for me going to the Basingstoke Model Railway Show, and that was to pick up a brand new controller from Kevin over at Coastal DCC. But a few weeks ago, I had actually purchased from him, which you may have seen sneakily on my last video when I did the cab ride, the very first shot, when I was sort of trying to pan away and control the train. You may have caught a glimpse of my little mini controller. But firstly, I bought a LocoNet cable from him, and here it is, a full 10 meters worth. And that is because, if I just pan you round slightly, you can see Goswell sidings, sort of, if I can find my finger over there somewhere. Yeah, there it is, there's my finger. Right, so you can see Goswell sidings over there, and it needs to be connected to the main layout here via a LocoNet cable. So this acts as like an umbilical cord, as it were. But the one that came with the Digitrax system that I bought from Paul, I think was about 8 meters or 7 meters, something like that. And it only connects to the main layout in a straight line, sort of direct. But obviously I don't want to be tripping over it, so I want to sort of lay it and route it so it's out of the way, so I can leave it semi-permanently attached to the railway. So that's what that is for. And the cable then I will swap around from Goswell sidings, will then go onto the extension side of things. Anthony Tidwell, good evening, welcome to the stream. Lisa Tidswell, hello, from Stoke-on-Trent. So nice to see both Rob and Lisa from Stoke-on-Trent. So that was the first thing. I also bought, as many of you know, I've kind of moved over from my Prodigy Express because it was giving me too much hassle. It was just really was a pain. And I ended up getting a little UT6 from Digitrax. I didn't just buy one, I actually bought two from him. Hello Southern Train Girl, welcome to the stream. So I bought two of these because the idea is that one of them is currently sitting over at Goswell sidings, and then the other UT6 will be in the bedroom once that is completed. So then there's basically pickup points along the route of the railway. And John, I just read your hi STG, and for a minute I thought it's read hi Stig, as in Top Gear. Just goes to show you where my brain's at sometimes. Broughton Model Railway, welcome to the stream. And so yes, so I got this, and it's a lovely, lovely, lovely little piece. Now, one of them's already out. This one isn't out because essentially what it is that I haven't built the other bit yet, or have I? Anyway, so you get. So what you get in the box is you obviously get the instruction manual, and you get a lanyard in case you want to sort of put it around your neck and walk around with it and have it around your neck. And then you've got the actual main sort of tethered cable which plugs into yeah, I know. So then you get a LocoNet cable, which like now Digitrax, what Digitrax are doing are giving you the option to actually remove the cables. So you can actually, if you get that damaged cable, you can just replace the cable rather than having to replace the whole lot. And then that plugs into this little unit. And I absolutely love this little unit. It is, like I said, I've had a bit of a play with it now for a little while, and it is absolutely lovely. It's so user-friendly, honestly, and it fits into the palm of your hand, and you can just play about with it, and you've got this hand completely free, and you just use your thumb to dial it left or right. It's very intuitive, and it's also got a help screen that scrolls and gives you guidance along the way. There's also a directional button up the top there. It's so easy to use that the whole point of this is like, this does not do CV programming. This is just literally a handset to basically run the trains, and you can even change the points using this system, assuming you've got the accessory decoders attached, which will allow you to connect the handset to the accessory decoders. So the idea of this is basically if somebody comes to help me run the layout, for example, and I am in here with one controller and there's somebody over at Goswell Sidings, for example. Hello, Richard from New Junction. I don't know what's going on with my mouth and my brain today, honestly. I'm glad you made it. And so the idea is of this is that basically if I'm in here running one train, somebody else could be running another train from other parts of the flat, whether it be from when the bedroom's finished or whether it's from Goswell Sidings or whether. So like I said, there's actually a pickup point all the way through the layout, so you don't have to keep unplugging the controllers. It's just here. Roy Stanley, welcome to the stream. And it's such a lovely little unit. And I will show you, because I've got some more to show you. So let's just sort of put that away for the moment. And then we'll carry on, because like I said, there's quite a bit to get through. So when I went to Basingstoke, I also was going to Nigel, I'm not really too sure what to say to you. I think the Digitrax system can be expensive, but I bought the initial system second hand from Paul over at my local model shop, and he gave me a good price, so that kind of offset everything. And also it came with a lot of bits and pieces and lots of accessories which I didn't actually sort of pay for extra. So to be fair, it's not really, I didn't have to buy the handsets, as it were, extra. I bought them because I wanted to. I could have easily just stuck with a handset that came with the Digitrax system and be happy, perfectly happy, and the layout would have run perfectly fine with it. However, I just wanted to update the system, and also I'm trying to see if, like, for example, some of my local modelers or even some of my friends that I know that do come here and would like to have a play, that we're all running off the same system and having a controller that is very easy and intuitive to use. And I will show you the Big Brother, and I'll probably show you the UT6 when I show you the layout. So basically the two UT6s plus the 10-meter cable, but you need to have the original system to begin with, cost me a further £160, I think it was. So that's not including the £140 that I'd originally paid for the system. But like I said, the original £140 that I paid for the second-hand system was more than suitable to run the layout without any extras whatsoever. I was perfectly happy with that. However, it's just to get it slightly updated and more modern. Bearing that in mind, yeah, it is. So bearing that in mind, it starts to add up again. Digger Evans, Model Railway, welcome to the stream. So I went to see Kevin yesterday at the Basingstoke Model Railway show, and I bought a new controller, which is this one. And this is a DT602. This is the latest variant from Digitrax, and it's actually sitting on my layout, so I won't show it to you just yet until I get to the layout, and then I'll explain it to you in a bit more detail. But for now, I've got this unit, and I've been playing about with it, and it's a lot easier to use than the previous version. This is the previous version, the very old version that Digitrax released. I can't remember. I think it was like 2006, 7, around that sort of time. And this is the original handset. And it does look dated because it just looks like an old school remote control, and it's not very intuitive, to be fair. But the Digitrax system has always been a very good system. I wasn't particularly keen on the screen either, but it was still user friendly. So that's what I liked about it. Lewis Cartwright, welcome to the stream. But like I said, this still works and can still be used as a backup controller. And this was considered as... yeah, but I'm already getting left behind, muddy motherless. So yeah, this controller still works and still has a place as a backup. because this has full functionality and I can still program CVs. But yeah, so if we just sort of keep track of how much I spent really with it, like I said, 140 for the original investment, and the original investment, I think I showed you before, came with a shed load of other accessories and other bits and pieces, so that was well worth the money in itself. I've then spent 160 on getting the 2 UT6 controllers, which I've just showed you one, and the low connect cable 10 meter. So that's, say, where are we at? £300 roughly. So I spent another I think it's £170 yesterday on the controllers. Yeah, exactly. Don't complain about Goswell then. And so, but he did me a good deal. He did me a really good deal on this. He did this one, it costs £145. Now this is a tethered version. You can get the duplex version, which is like I think it's an infrared type system or whatever. So it's kind of wireless, but that is a whole nother level. That's a whole nother expense. Digitrax systems are not particularly cheap. However, like I said, I didn't have to spend the extra if I didn't want to, because the original set I bought off board was perfectly adequate for my needs. However, like I said, I just wanted to have some pickup controllers around the layout. So anyone who does help me, they've got a layout. Or if I want to send a train from over here, I can drop the controller there, watch it come towards me as I'm over there, and pick up the controller from over there and still be able to control the train as it's heading towards me. So the other thing I got from Digitrax and Kevin over at Coastal DCC was this 4-pack of unit holders. So this is basically what it is, and basically you attach that to wherever, like say I can attach it to say here, and then that way I can just drop the controller in and it's safely stored. Yeah, to be honest with you, I personally thought it was well worth the money. It was a considered purchase on my part, because I definitely checked out the ecosystem, I checked out the Dynamis Ultra, I checked out, and I think Alan over at Dragon Junction had originally sent me on this journey of DCC, had given me the Hornby Elite, and that just wasn't suited to my needs either. So, and I did have the Prodigy Express, which I was using for a long time. However, because I was having issues with that, I was very skeptical about getting its bigger brother, the Gagemaster Advanced controller, which is kind of like the creamy beige one. Because I was like, well, if it's got those kind of genes from this controller, then maybe I might have issues. So, you know, I decided to stick with the Digitrax, and it's absolutely beautiful. And I'll show you how easy and how clear it is. Hello, Taffodil, welcome to the stream. I believe that's it. And yeah, well, yeah, the thing is with the Hornby Elite controller, and this is why it doesn't work for me, is that it's not a controller that you can just pick up in the palm of your hand and walk around and just use it. It just isn't. Yes, it will serve me well, and like I said, I was very lucky. So bearing that in mind, a few weeks ago also, now we've moved on, and like I said, I will come back to the Digitrax system. Whilst I was at the show, I might as well say what else I got from the show, and then we can move on to the next bit, is I got some just mundane bits, which basically was like a Pico track rubber, magnifying glass, some wiring, flux, but I also managed to pick up a chip. This is one of the more rarer chips to get hold of, and so when I saw it, I thought I'd snap it up. And this is a TTS Class 47 chip. All my 47s currently have TTS sound in it, so I've got this as a spare. Why? Because Hornby had announced some time ago that they were going to release. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a bit awkward. Yeah, yeah. Basically, trying to get any TTS sound chips for class 20s, 31s, 08s, 47s, 60s. I just, and I really don't get this from Hornby because they sell loads of this stuff. I don't know. There's a demand for this stuff. I don't know why they just don't have it as a kind of, like they keep saying about like the Terrier is like one of their kind of like mainstay items that throughout the years it's that kind of staple throughout their range. Every year there's always a Terrier, and every year there's always a standard tunnel or whatever it is. These kind of chips should be standard because they are, people buy them because they're good value for money, and I don't understand why it's so hard to get hold of these chips now. Because and especially since Hornby are still bringing out these locomotives with 8-pin sockets, and they're still bringing out. It's like I said, this is for a class 47 which they haven't even released yet. They've asked, sorry, not asked. They've said that they were going to release the Rail Operations Group class 47, which I'm going to be getting. And that's what this is for. And the reason why I'm getting a Hornby one, because I've got 2 other Hornby 47s, which I'm really, really pleased with. I know people will turn around and say, oh, look, all the new Bachmann is all the rage and all the rest of it. So also be it, but it is also very expensive. However, like I said, they don't even do it in that livery in any case. So, I don't have a problem with buying Hornby Railroad Plus or Railroad locomotives. They're perfectly good. I've got plenty of 66s. So, speaking of 66s, Highly Palmer. There is a lot in short supply now. I don't know whether or not this is the reason, whether there's an issue with supply and demand. I don't know, or whether it's just Hornby not doing them anymore. It just seems a bit strange that people are crying out for things, decoders, which I would have thought would have been really, really good. Yeah, it's true. That's so true, John. I only have just the 1 or 2 66s. That's why I've got another one. Oh, what am I like? So a special delivery came a few weeks ago. And I have to say, I'm not the only one with this loco, but it is limited. There isn't many of them around. And this arrived about a week ago, 2 weeks ago now. No. I think it's up to 28. I think it was 28. So let's show you it. So this 66 has come courtesy of Rainbow Railways. Now, those of you who are familiar with Rainbow Railways will know that they do specialist repaints and things like that. So I haven't got your normal run-of-the-mill class 66 here. This is let me just show you. There you go. It's a DB Cargo climate change liveried 66004. And I have to say, what a beautiful locomotive. So here it comes. She's an absolute beaut. Now, to be fair, I paid a bit of a premium for this particular locomotive, but that is to be expected. They've put a lot of work and effort into it, and it is just absolutely stunning, I have to say. So you ready for this? So this is a Rainbow Railways respray. Hello, Christian Train Spotter. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, she's absolutely stunning. She really is. 79.6. Right, bear with me. I'm just going to pop this on here. Bear with me one moment, folks. Just because I don't want to drop it. Yes, it is a Bachmann model. And if you go to Rainbow Railways, God, it's not as easy to say, as you think. If you go to Rainbow Railways website, what am I like today, honestly? They basically go to their website and they've got a number of locomotives that they've resprayed. And Alan from Dragon Junction's in the house. He's been lurking in the background all along, waiting for that moment to come and join in and have that big reveal. Hi, I'm in the house. He's probably giggling away at home right now as we speak. Oh. Yeah, I know, I've almost lost the plot, So if you go to their website, they've got they've got a number of locomotives on there. However, the runs that they do for those particular resprays are very limited. When I bought this one, there was only one left. And I know that Wickfield Lane, who's a channel that I follow, he's the one that gave me the idea of it, because he demonstrated it off so beautifully on his layout. So yeah, it was, when I saw it, I had a look and I thought, God, that's so beautiful. So along with that 66, then came a decoder for it, and this is another TTS decoder. Thank you, Lee Palmer. That's very kind of you to say. So, and I don't know if you noticed the price. I'll give you another look. I don't know if it comes up. Basically, it says £37.79. Fabulous for a decoder, because I think the decoders now have gone up to about, I think it's 45, 50 quid now, I think, standard Hornby markup. So that is quite a big jump. Okie dokie, right. So before we go to the layout, I wanted to show you another little project I'm working on. Well, that was quick. Right, so another delivery I had this week. We're back on the Class 60s again. And so this is a rather messy looking Lima Class 60 for now. However, what it does have is it has a Strathpepper junction CD motor in it, which I fitted. South Line, Southern Line, welcome to the stream. Danny, nice to see you. It's not particularly running great, to be fair, and I think it's to do with the decoder. The decoder's quite an old decoder, and I think it's a bit knackered, so I'm going to try and get the decoder sorted out, but it is running. It's running perfectly fine on DCC, but it's not particularly, it runs okay on DC, but it's a bit juddery and a bit stuttery, so got to sort that out. So that's another project. But the thing is, with that 60 that I'm doing, the body was actually the Kappa body that I had previous. But now I'm converting it to 60026, like the Hornby one they've revealed, which is the GB Rail Freight one. So I'm in the process of doing that, because it used to have Kappa on the side here. Unfortunately, the transfers started peeling and they were getting much damaged, so I ripped the whole lot off, and I'd already had the GBRF transfers anyway, which I was meant to buy another 66 for, another 60 for to do it, but I never got round to it. So I'm now repurposing this 60 for that, because the blue is pretty much identical. I've just got to do the bottom pretty much, but basically the roof's had a repaint because it was a black roof. So I'm just repurposing this body shell and this Lima 60 to now become 60026 in the GBRF colour scheme. So that is the plan for that 60. Like I said, it isn't quite there yet, but we're getting there. Right, so the next thing to show you is, I want to put the 60, bear with me, I'm going to put the 60 out of the way before I sit on it or break it or whatever. Right, let's put that shell over there. So before I spin you around to the layout, there's something else I've got to show you. I got a new tool, and it's basically, it's nothing special, but it's just to let you know that I've got a new one. It's basically a jigsaw. It's pretty much a cheap, cheerful one. And the reason why I'm showing you this, because I did do a Susanna's come build with me with the tools, and I had said that the chuck had gone on my previous jigsaw, so this is the replacement jigsaw for it. So it does come in very handy, and I just wanted to sort of say this to you because I'm going to show you something a little bit later, so bear that in mind. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to spin you around. Ooh, here we go. Right. So here is said 66. It's a beautiful looking machine. And here is my Digitrax controller. Now I'm going to just drop it down so you sort of see it in the background. Now what I'm going to do is, no, that's the wrong one. Bear with me a minute. Aha, here we go. Right, that sounded more promising. So here is my new controller, and I just love this thing. It's so easy to read. So I'm just going to put it on to run, because there's a sleep mode on this. If you go, I don't know if you can see it, but at the moment it's on sleep mode, and you've got to flick it up to run. And now it's come up with the last loco I used, which was a HST. But I need to switch the track power on. I don't know how well it's going to come out. It's going to be hard. I don't know. But you can see that it's scrolling along because it kind of gives you instructions on how to use this thing. And you can see that you've got the soft keys and it tells you what to do. I love the fact that you can read the numbers really easily. And if I go to that, it now says track power off, or you can switch it on. And that little light's just come on just in this corner to say that the track is now on. And then to select a loco, just press the loco button, which is the one that looks like a train. And it should blink. And then you put in the number you want. 6604 loco again. And as you can see, the lights have come on, the 66. Yeah, it's a really nice big screen, easy to look at, and you can use your thumb nice and easily to control these. And the instructions are really good because it kind of gives you all the sort of things that you can do here along the bottom. Gives you all the information here, and it's just and it's also got, it says 0 because there's the lights on. So whatever function's on, it will come up. So if you press the start, I can press the start here. It's got the one that's come up for the engine start. So this one will be to control the points. If you've got points that are through the accessory decoder, you can use that. And you've got that one is for the menu. But like I said, it's very, very easy to use. It's just gone to sleep because it's on power saving mode. And then you just put, there you go, that's just to tell you that. And it's now telling me that this is on the right throttle, because under here is the other locomotive that's on the left side. So this is the left side here, that's the right side. I just love the way it feels in the hand. It just feels right. Well, take care, Paul. So I'm just going to stop it there just so you can see it. And I'm going to shut it down just so you can... So I'm just going to shut that down just so you can hear me. And then I'll switch the lights off on that one. Now, what I'm going to do next is, and if I just show you, there we go. There you go. You can see down there. That's the new holder that just sits in. So that just sits in there nicely. So that's the actual bracket. It's one of the new brackets that I bought because I've got some of the older brackets, but it doesn't fit the Digitrax system doesn't fit. Controller doesn't fit in that one, so I had to buy this one specifically. So that's one of the new brackets that's on there. It's now just gone to sleep, as you can see. Now what I'm going to do now is right. I've now got the Littlin UT6, and if I plug this in, as you can see, it just pops up. And again, it's got some big numbers, and it says that the last loco I used was the class 450. And again, if I press the loco again, it's blinking, and I will do 6604. And if I press loco again, it's bleeps at me. It's asking me whether I want to steal the loco. I don't know if you can read that on the bottom. And if I want to steal the locomotive, I press yes, which is 9. And now I've got control of this locomotive through this controller, which basically means is if I had this controller in the other room, I can then quite easily take over the train using that method. So what I'll do is I'll switch the lights on just to demonstrate it. You can see that. I'll press F1 again, or I've just pressed the horn. So you can see I've now got control of this train with this controller now. So I've stolen it from the other main controller. But like I said, it just means that, like I said, it's... yeah, I don't mean steal it as in I'm going to send it to you, Richard, for you to have on your layout. No. Oh, I've got to stroke it. It's my 66. Actually, right next to that one is this other one. And so Paul, like I said, I hope you get well soon, and hopefully just catching up on YouTube and catching up with people will sort of make you feel better. And again, as you can see, the screen is blinking at me because it's telling me that it's gone to sleep. It's on power saving mode without... It's gone on power saving mode without with it still on. Wow, Richard, what? Because of the other 66 too. Yeah, so this is just basically telling me that it's not off, but it's just on power saving mode. So it goes off after about 30 seconds, but you can still run the trains. You can still see. So even though the screen's not on, I can still run the train. So there you go. Now, bear with me one moment. So I'm just going to unplug the UT6. So this is a really nice, I love this UT6. I think it's a lovely little controller. It's so easy to use. Now, like I said, the UT6 doesn't work as a standalone. You need to have the Digitrax system to begin with. So, thank you. Like I said, the current one you're looking at, the green one, this is a Rainbow Railways. Class 66, and it is a Bachmann version. and it's a very, very, very limited specification. So yeah. Right. So we're now going to go for a walk. So, right, we're going to go for a little walk now because I've got something else to show you. So, right now we have, so this is Goswell sidings as it currently stands. And my 37 test train's just parked on it for now. And like I said, this is one of the, let's just drop this down a second. That is one of the units that it plugs into. So the UT6 will plug into here. And there you go. So that's the one I've just showed you. And basically that just plugs into here. And then once the low connector cable, the umbilical cord is connected to the main layout, I can control the trains and steel from here as it's coming around the layout. And as you can see, I've got another one of the new brackets, which I fitted yesterday. So that just slots into there as well. So that's now safely tucked away and stored away. So, are you ready for this, guys? Go to my bedroom. All right, here we go. This is what I've been up to this weekend. Let's drop you down. So this is the new part of where the fill yard is going to go. So it's basically, this is the new fill yard. I've been building this unit all weekend. And basically it is also, I've tried to keep it as simple as I can. Basically, it's 2 foot wide currently at this point here, from the back wall to this point here. But then as it curves round, it's going to go around and then it's going to loop back on itself and then join the main layout, and that will be the end of the layout. So basically, as you've seen before, the layout has been connected with the various links from here, and it's made it round the corner. I now got to make another final piece to connect it to this main bit, which is going to be this sort of fill yard area, which is what I've been building all weekend. So, as you can see, it's pretty cool. And I've also went to B&Q to buy some various stacking boxes along here, so it all fits underneath, it all fits tidily underneath. So the whole purpose of this is that I have storage underneath the layout, and above here I still have some wood that needs to be used. This is the fascia that you've got going on here, and that's the bit that sort of goes along the front here to make it nice and tidy, nice and clean. And then there's another one there that goes along the bottom. And then, so those are those 3 fascia pieces here. And then, so it's those 3 there. I've got this board here, which is going to form the basis of the drawer, which is going to go in here. There's going to be a drawer that goes into there. So I can just pull it out. And then, if I bring you around, you can see it from this side, and there's like a cupboard in here. Now I'm using this to store, because I've got a suitcase which I can't seem to find a home for it. So this is going to go shove right in here and it'll be totally out of the way. And again, these stack of boxes have come from B&Q. There's a load of them here. And basically, I've got a Lima Mark II here. So if I just show you that, oh yeah, so it comes with these casters if you want to use them, but I'm not using them because all of this is on wheels. So you can see how it slots in like that. I don't know if it's, no, it doesn't slot in across, but it does slot in, so you can put your rolling stock in there and it fits nicely in there, and you can still see through they're from B&Q. These ones were £25 each, so £25 per unit. So they just come as one stacker box. So there's 3 here, as you can see, 1, 2, and 3. So it's 20. Hello, Keith CSX Rental. Welcome to the stream. And then the ones over there are 30. They were £13. I think £13.60 or something like that each. So one of these I picked up today because when I originally ordered it, I ordered them all at the same time, and I had got 6, but I felt I could do with another one, so I bought another one today from B&Q. So that's what I'm going to be doing with that. Now, one of the other things I've got is I've got this top piece here, which finishes here, but I think it's a bit too tight. So the curve's going to be a bit too sharp. So what I'm going to do is one of the boards that I've got outside, I'm actually going to make this. Actually, let me take you up a bit because it'll probably be easier to explain now. There you go. Right, so where the vertical piece is coming down, that is the center of the board. So what I'm going to do is I've got another 4 foot by 2 foot board, and I'm going to cut it to the same width, but I'm going to make the actual angle a lot shallower. So it's actually going to come all the way from here all the way up to this point rather than this point here, and then hopefully then I can have more of a sweeping curve to go around here, and it's going to go up to this back wall here, do a loop, come back, and that will be the whole length of the layout. That will be the whole loop, the giant loop of the flat completed. Like I said, at the moment we're still at the building stage, and if I just come this way a bit, hello to Fiddle Flyer. Yeah, it's well, it's like I said, it's not finished yet by any stretch of the imagination, but the thing being is I've got to live with it, and it's got to look tidy, and it's got to look presentable. So it's not just about the railway on the top. It's also about me having to live with it. Also, once again, it's on wheels, so it can be moved about if needs be. Like I need to redecorate the wall, I can pull it right out, and it can be moved. So again, it's just for ease of use, really, because obviously I live here on my own. I haven't got anybody to help me move this furniture. If I didn't have any wheels on this, you can imagine the weight of this. So that's why I put it on wheels. The tops aren't actually fixed down, to be honest. They're not fixed down yet. That's just purely because I still need to paint it. So yeah, exactly. No, or was it double Richard? Wasn't it? It's Richard II. So Richard II, yeah, was doing the woodwork for Richard I. Wasn't that what it is? Your twin. Right, so let's put this back. So that goes back in there. Yeah, so that is how that is going to look. Now let me just park this up. Oh, he's doing them himself, eh? Oh, look forward to the. So, Richard, are you going to do an under closer inspection of it so we can all see how good your woodwork is? Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm not the greatest carpenter. I'm not a carpenter by trade, but I just try my best. And my dad, luckily, like I said many times, used to build his own furniture at home to suit his needs and the family's needs. And basically, this is where me and my brother have got our skills from. in terms of the woodwork. I've always enjoyed doing woodwork, even at school. So hopefully it's going to come good. I'm toying with the idea of putting a quite a big tall back seam. Yeah, I did suggest. Yeah. I wonder who suggested that. Well, as long as you get the benefit out of it and, you know, improves your skills, and that's, yeah. But the jigsaw still does come in handy, I have to say, because, and I'll tell you for why. This is something that you can't really do with a little mini saw. So if I just drop you down, so I was just reading the. So I don't know if you can. On this join here, a notch has been cut out. So this batten here sits right on top of the woodwork. So you've had to cut the notch out to get it to sit on there. So you can't really do that with a circular saw. And if I just, let me see. The mini saw is brilliant and it's helped me out a lot. Honestly, it's a lot quicker. But there's still a place for a jigsaw. So in the end, we'll be sort of aiming for something relatively similar to this, really. That I can use storage. I still haven't put the doors on this, but if I just show you down below there's actually a loco nut cable there. Now that's the loco nut cable, the umbilical cord, which is then going to connect the dots. So that is basically going to run around the skirting board and connect to the extension that's now in the bedroom. And then that's how it's going to be powered up. And that makes quite a nice piece, I think. So, back towards the layout. Woo. Right, let's go for another little wander. Oh, we've landed. Right, cup of tea time. Oh no, not yet. So that kind of concludes today's stream. And to be honest, we have been going for some time now. We've been going for nearly an hour. I don't know if anyone's got. Basically, they are currently residing under my main layout, which is a bit of a bird's nest at the moment. If I show you that. Yeah, it is a bird's nest, but just look past the wiring for now, because there's the Elite, which I've been using for the that I use for programming. But basically, those are there, they are there. But like I said, this hasn't been finished. This is a big task that I've still got to do myself. That will be once the train is actually running as a complete loop. I need to sort of get crack on with this to sort this out, because it's a bugbear of mine. That I've been looking at it, and it's just, I know I need to get this wiring done and everything sorted out properly, but it is generally parked up safely under there for now. But I will be looking to be moved that to somewhere a bit more convenient back that way. So I don't know, has anyone else got any questions they'd like to ask? Then please feel free to ask, and because I'm more than happy to answer them. So like I said, it's been really good. I've had a great time. Tomorrow, I'm still off tomorrow and Tuesday, because I work under a long weekend from time to time, and so tomorrow's plan is to carry on doing more work to that unit. So I need to make the drawer, put the fascia pieces up, and then eventually we can start getting some paint down and sort of make it look more like a finished item. So on that note, I don't think there's anything else left to talk to you guys about. But if you have any suggestions, the next video we'll probably might be a Susanna's Come Build With Me. I've got that to do, or maybe it might be another layout update on it. But there is a few things that I'd like to do with Susanna's Come Build With Me. Thank you, Richard, from New Junction. Thank you for supporting the stream. And like I said, I hope you've enjoyed it. Like I said, I was also considering doing a Class 66 parade, which Alan was talking to me about. And like I said, I think there are 28, it's unconfirmed yet, but I think it's about 28 66s that I currently own. but there are various ones. There's some Hornby, majority of Batmans, and I've got 3 Hattons. Thank you, Digger Evans, and thank you for joining the stream. So until the next time, everybody, thank you so much for joining. I've really enjoyed it, as usual. No, you know, it's this is how I live, and you know, I don't have too many visitors, and the people that I really have that come to visit me are people like yourselves, people that are railway enthusiasts. And when they come here, they're not going to be too bothered about seeing them on the railway in the living room. But, you know, thank you, Lee Palmer. I mean, essentially, just before Christmas, I was still running just the main layout plus this little bit where the TMD was, and that was acting as my fiddle yard. But since Christmas and the New Year, it's just grown massively. But my main aim is to have it running all the way around and have a loop. What's it like living the dream, Richard? Well, you should know. You work for Hornby. I thought that was you know, doing the job you love, in the hobby you love. I thought that'd be the dream, isn't it? Huh? Gordon McIlroy. Yeah, well, take care, everybody. And like I said, thank you for tuning in, stopping by, saying hello. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And like I said, until the next time, it's take care and stay safe. And yeah, I've really enjoyed it. Take care. And I hope that I've kind of made your Sunday a bit more enjoyable. So take care for now. Bye.